My message for International Women's Day would be for more women to come into male-dominated trades. The plumbing industry is definitely one of the most supporting industries for gender equality that I've worked in. And yeah, it'll be amazing. Jump on board. In terms of managerial, there still isn't enough women in managerial roles throughout the industry. In terms of my apprentices, which will be the future leaders in our industry as they move forward through their trade, I keep well connected to them. Well, at Raw GTO, we run a very specific, in partnership with the PPTEU, we run the Vic Women Plumbing Program. So that's apprentices that are coming into the industry to increase the female numbers in a male-dominated trade. So currently we've got 17 female apprentices. The program started 2 years ago in March. We've got some really amazing retention rates where we've only lost one apprentice during that time. The current apprentice threshold is around 50, just under 50% Australia-wide in terms of retention. So to have 2 years into the program, only lost one apprentice, they're amazing numbers. And that is a whole industry-led initiative where they're supported out on site through the union, through us. So we wouldn't be able to obtain those numbers without everybody being involved.
I've always been like a hands-on kind of person, and I think plumbing, because it's got so much like variety of types of plumbing, I think that's why I chose it. I think mostly I've been inspired by my mum. She's in the industry as well. She's on the metro tunnels being a Peggy, and I always look up to her and just the way she deals with situations in her workplace. And, you know, she's got this big group of girls and they support her, so I've got her to support me, and yeah. As I said, just don't be scared, take it on, like show them up. Like you can do so much better than you think. Like it's not the hardest job, but it's the best job. Like I love it. I think the two main things of like that I look back and I'm like, oh my God, like I did that, is doing a job so good and it's neat, it's clean, it's perfect, no problems, and it's like, yeah, you look back and you're like, wow, I did that. And also just showing the boys up, showing them that you can do so much better. I think there needs to be more advocates going to schools, going to unis, going to any place where there's young women, or even just middle-aged women. Like anyone can do this trade. It's not just get it out when you're 18. Like, yeah. The most thing that keeps me motivated is just to prove people wrong, that like girls can do a trade and we can be even better than the men. Like, yeah, just proving people wrong.
For me personally, it was all about determination. That was a huge driver for me in order to be able to succeed in our industry. Passion also comes into it, and being passionate about where you work and the industry that you're part of is key. Have a go. Put yourself out there. Don't give up. Take on maybe some leadership volunteer opportunities with other organisations. So mentors, they provide guidance, they provide leadership, they challenge you, they provide support to you. They can be there to help you set goals, whether it's personal or professional. So find a mentor, get their guidance and get their support. So for me, I joined the National Association of Women in Construction, which is a fantastic organisation who's really championing to get more women into our industry. It's so great that I can meet other colleagues in all different facets of the construction industry by being part of this organisation. Well, I think one is flexibility. As employers, we need to be more flexible to help women as they are the primary caregiver. We also need to foster a really supportive workplace and environment for them to be able to work in. And finally, just actively promoting how great it is to be out in the construction industry and putting that message through to career seekers or those people looking to get into the construction industry. Happy International Women's Day. Have a fantastic day. Thank you.
The plumbing and fire industries are just so complex. You tend to think, you say plumbing and you think of the man out there installing taps or toilets or something. But it's far more than that. It goes into air management, the fire safety in buildings. So you have to talk about the standards that people work to. There are some people who want to be that domestic plumber and they don't want to be anything else. You have female plumbers who also just want to be domestic plumbers. You have other people, you see some of them as they come out from their training, whether they're plumbers, builders or fire sprinkler people, they come out and they have ideas that are original and they think, now how can I use that for my future? International Women's Day, I would say enjoy life. Accept it for what it is. It has good things going for it. If any parts of your life are bad, analyse them, figure out what's wrong with it and solve it. But be yourself, have fun, be professional and get what you want out of life.
Look, I've seen an enormous change, and probably the biggest one, without doubt, would be the level of participation. So when I started work, I worked at a depot that had about 400 employees. There were no women. So in that entire site, no women were working there. And
what's really changed around here is that you can scarcely walk from one side of the campus to the other without encountering a number of female students. So there's been significant change in our industry. We've seen real shifts in the value of diversity and breaking down those barriers of inequality. And I think this is going to lead to more and more women seeing our industry as a viable career. And already at PICAC, we're seeing more and more female students take up the opportunity to become part of our industry. And this is going to be really important as we seek to get enough skilled people to really hit head on things like housing shortage and energy transition. The great thing about this industry is it presents a broad range of opportunity. One of the great things at PICAC is that we're here to support people coming into this industry and train them up in the area that they want to work in. But more than that, we're here to see them grow on their journey and have a career in our industry that might span 30 or 40 years. We want a long-term commitment to women entering our industry. And that means while we've had a good start, we're seeing more and more women enter the trade, and that's great. But we've got to keep going. We've got to ensure that more and more opportunities are provided. Greater understanding is achieved around the requirements of women entering our industry, and those barriers of stereotype, bias, those assumptions about what women can and can't do in this industry need to be absolutely thrown out and equal opportunity given to anyone who wants to come in, regardless of gender or background. And it's my great privilege to encourage everyone to be celebrating International Women's Day 2025.